So before I continue, I just wanted to take this time to explain the kind of video I wanted to do. So, I don't know, just been in one of those moods and I want to make a complaining, venting, ranting kind of video. I decided against it, and I had a lot to say. I kept rehearsing in my head all day while I was at work what I was going to say, and just unload and make a video of all this aggression, pretty much, kind of getting it out. But I decided against it. I'm not really sure why, but I feel like since the world's kind of in chaos, I would just be adding to the mess, and we don't need that. So instead, for your entertainment, I'm going to do a movie review, and a good movie at that. It's a futuristic because, if we can't look at the past or the present for answers, maybe we could look for the future, and this movie has future and sci-fi all over it. I'll explain in a second. Alright, so if you could guess by the cover right now, it's Blade Runner. That's right, the 1982 one, starring Harrison Ford and just a long list of actors. One of my favorites, actually, a B movie actor, Rucker Hauer. Awesome guy. You'd know him if you've seen him. He played in a lot of movies. This one's directed by Ridley Scott. That's right, the Ridley Scott. Mr. Gladiator and Alien, and so many fine films. So this one's a little deep. I don't expect everyone to watch, especially this one, to watch this and really deep dive into it, because there's just a whole lot going on. It was from a book originally. That book being "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?" From what I could guess, the book is extremely just out there, really, really, far out stuff that inspired and was the base for this story. I'm sure it's not a carbon copy of the book, but a lot of elements. And God, where do I begin with this one? All right, so Deckard, he's like a private investigator, detective type, played by Harrison Ford, and he's forced by his police boss to continue his old job of hunting these human-looking androids, replicants they're called. They were designed to, look like humans and I guess interact with us in all sorts of matters. But like anything else, things go crazy, and that whole program ceased to exist. But some obviously got out and were able to evade capture because they look like humans. And this guy, Deckard, is a hunter, and he, is back on the job, pretty much. And there was 4 that got out and are just vicious. So these replicants pretty much just want to kind of rebel against their masters, pretty much. In a sense, they want to be treated as humans. They want to live a human life, but they're obviously not perfect. They have flaws. I believe they're only given so many years to live because they're not human, and they just kind of want to assimilate, but they do it in such a gruesome manner. They stand out, and they're kind of going against the grain. I mean, we really want to be able to tell. And there's throughout the movie, there's certain tests given to people to find out if they're replicant. Sometimes the replicant doesn't even know that they're a replicant, which is pretty interesting. So this movie plays out like a thriller, detective kind of film. Really, really interesting stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, at first I thought it was long. It didn't have the action I was looking for. Wait, because when you see the trailers, you get really immersed. But because the visuals, oh my god, for a movie made in 1982, the visuals definitely steal the show here. It's like an illustration come to life. I mean, everyone on this film did an excellent job, and it's just really, really impressive. Ridley Scott knows how to make a good film, and it definitely shines in here. Now, there's 3 different versions of this. There's a a theatrical cut, a director's cut, and a final cut. There's a work print out there too. Some time ago, I got this Ultimate Edition Blu-ray, and it had all of them. And you definitely need like an entire day to compare, what was added, what was taken out, and it's a lot to get into. Like I said, this movie to me looks like it was like a handful to make, and I'm sure, given there were so many cuts of the film, that was probably one of the reasons. But nonetheless, the older you are, I guess the more mature film goer would probably see this movie now and actually enjoy it. I mean, like I said, it has great direction, a great set of actors, and the plot is pretty interesting. Um, there was a sequel that came out not too long ago, called Blade Runner 2049, and that starred Ryan Gosling. And I don't want to get into that plot, but the visuals in that were it's even more amazing. Obviously, given it's an updated film, so just watching that was like a treat. Like, I mean, I can just imagine seeing that in like IMAX or something. It's I had a chance to see it in the theaters. I forgot if it was like basic or IMAX or whatever fancy term they have for 4K viewing. But regardless, that film is excellent, and I'll leave a link too for that in case you want to check the sequel out. But the original, um, it still holds up. It has a lot of charm, and like I said, is yeah, I'm sure the film was probably complicated, in all aspects because it's such a big film, and you're borrowing elements from a book, and sometimes book to film doesn't really transfer that much. Like in the case of Dune, where the book was so you know complex, they had to nitpick and borrow certain elements to tell a story. I mean, like I said, Blade Runner is long by itself, and with all the special edition versions, it expands the movie so much, the characters, and the sequel definitely continues the storyline. Like I said, what's funny is um, Blade Runner 1982 takes place. Their future is 2019, and if you think about it now, it's kind of hilarious because we're living in the future, and it doesn't really feel like the future. But anyway, yeah, I mean everything from the score, the visuals, the direction, the plot, and Deckard, Harrison Ford's character, as he's tasked with eliminating these replicants. He goes to the company that made them, Tyrell Corporation, and he meets his love interest, Rachel, and she's a replicant who believes that she's a real, woman. She has memories, and he, you know, the relationship's obviously complicated. He's there sent to kill, pretty much like her kind, but he falls for her and stuff. And great ending. It's one of those endings that kind of make you stop and think. Because when it does happen, when you do see the climax, and at the very very tail end, they have that kind of they post that question. Well, is Deckard maybe a replicant? And I always kind of because I was always kind of stumped. I don't get things the first time around. I have to do another viewing or maybe watch it on commentary. But I thought it was really interesting that they posed a question at the end. I won't give it away or anything, in case you guys want to check it out yourself. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix right now, actually. Um, but yeah, like I said, make sure you have some time and focus. But if you do watch this, it's a long film. There's a lot going on. But like I said, you could get lost in the visuals alone because the movie is big, and the city that they filmed at is it's a visual treat, and so is the sequel. But the original is a masterpiece. I think it's great. It holds up right up there with Alien, and pretty much every other phenomenal movie that Ridley Scott has directed. And this movie proves that he does really great work and he's good at his job. You know, I mean, sure, he doesn't make you know everywhere movies that are blockbusters all the time, but this one is definitely top tier, and I recommend it. Anyone who enjoys sci-fi, a dark thriller, like a mystery detective kind of film. This has all that, hits all those switches, and there's a little something for everyone. So yeah, there you go. Blade Runner, 1982. Definitely check it out. Like I said, you can stream it on Netflix right now. I believe it's still there. I mean, it's been out for a while, so I'm sure you could access it anywhere. If you're looking for something different, if you haven't seen it, maybe you've seen the sequel first, watch this. Like I said, if not for the movie, the background and the little tidbits here and there in this futuristic city is entertaining alone. So yeah, you're in for a ride. Check it out when you get a chance, and if you want, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and I will see you all very, very soon. All right, peace.